Hi everybody, this is your screencast which will take you through your tasks for this week's asynchronous teaching. If you go on to Learning Materials 2020-21, scroll down until you get to Week 11 Primary Education, and then click on the Week 11 Asynchronous Teaching, you will find the Padlet for the work that's been created for you. Again, similar to last week, I've broken it down into tasks for you, so if you work along the timeline until you've completed all the tasks. So the first one for you to do is quite simply, as it says here, research into your old primary school and see what they are spending their primary sport premium funding on. Okay, it is sometimes quite difficult to find out where they're keeping this information on the website. All right, it is a requirement from Ofsted that and the funding providers that every primary school details where they where and how they are spending their funding. So you might need to look for the primary sport premium and not the primary premium, because those are two different sources of funding. Okay, what I want you to do is make notes on this and add what your thoughts are to what the school is doing. Does it seem appropriate? Does it seem relevant? Is it going to enhance high quality PE? Okay, and is it inclusive to all students as well? Once you've done this, I want you to research into another primary school that is either within the same area. It might be one that you've coached in or volunteered at, okay, and that is from another area as well, or from another area. So again, find out what that school is spending their funding on, and then I want you to compare and contrast how the schools are spending the funding. Okay, are there any similarities or any big differences? Is one school, have they got a better PE provision than another, and make comments. Okay. Your second task is all around research that is available via the Association of Physical Education. So it's about you reading a document. All right. So what I want you to do is click onto the Primary PE and Sport Premium Survey. All right. That should open up for you. And then you're going to read pages 7, 8 and 9, which are the key findings as well. Okay. That's what I want you to do for that task, okay? Because again, it's going to give you some ideas and areas of what schools should be doing to spend their funding on. Your third task is to look at the Youth Sport Trust strategy, and this is what's called the half-time document that they've pulled together in terms of they are halfway through their latest strategy. So their strategy runs from 2018 to 2022, and at this moment in time in 2020, they've pulled together a report that is based on half time. So it's quite a large document, but I want you to skim read it. Okay, it's something that you're going to have to really get used to, is reading a document, looking at it. So there's lots of infographics on there, you know, what stands out to you. Okay, and hopefully what this will do will give you some ideas and thoughts of what you would, if you were the PE coordinator for a local primary school, how and what you would spend your £18,000 on. Okay, have a look at the key terminology, think about the wording that they're using, what are schools doing to spend their money. Okay. Once you've done all of this, I want you to move on to the next task, okay? And this is where you're going to have a go at what the Association of Physical Education has pulled together of evidence the impact of the primary PE and sport premium. Okay, so this is a Microsoft Word document that you should again be able to access. Okay, that you should be able to add to. Some of it you're not going to be able to complete because you won't know the information. All right, and yes, it is if there was a primary school PE coordinator filling in this work, this is what they would have to do. Okay, so I want you to read and familiarise yourself with the form. Good practice to see what, you know, real life professionals are doing out there. Okay, read and familiarise yourself with the document, and then have a go at answering the 5 key indicators. All right, and this is how you would consider spending approximately the £18,000 that each primary school is given over the 5 key areas. Okay, so have a go based on the information that you've got from the Youth Sport Trust strategy and the key findings and what schools are doing as well. So this is about applying your knowledge and understanding of the primary sport premium. Okay, once you've had a go at the form, I want you to upload it to this Padlet. And all you do to do this is go down to this right-hand button here and add the file. So you're going to have to complete the Word document, save it onto your files, which is good practice. Okay, and then this button here lets you add a post. Okay. To help us with this, we need you to add your name. So what's going to happen is that myself and Ben will then provide you on feedback on what you've submitted, okay, to give you some ideas of what it would be that you'd be doing out in industry. Okay. Once you've done this, your final task here is just to listen to some podcasts that are available on the Yorkshire Sport Foundation podcast. So Yorkshire Sport Foundation are our active partnership, in essence the County Sports Partnership. So they're overseeing strategically the work of sport, physical activity, physical education within the region. So Yorkshire, one of the biggest counties in the country, large area. Okay, Yorkshire Sport Foundation's role is to oversee everything that goes on. So they are in essence overseeing how schools and the areas are spending their primary sport premium. All right. And on here, there is a podcast that is focused on primary PE. All right. It is a long podcast. It's about an hour. So I'm not expecting you to listen to all of it, but have a go and see whether it's a different way for you to learn. And again, as you're listening, make notes. Okay. Is anything that's being said comparing to what's being said in the Youth Sport Trust strategy, the key findings? Are people being critical of what's happening out there? Okay, so make notes on what is being discussed, okay, and how it's relevant to this week's teaching. There are also other podcasts available on this website that you might find of interest throughout the module as well. Okay, so another good way of learning and researching into an area. All right, that is it for this week's teaching, asynchronous. So this is your screencast, which I'll make available to you. Okay, thanks.